Hello and welcome to France in Focus. This week we're in the Yvelines just outside Paris to learn more about the organic food industry. Here on his small farm, Fabien Freman grows fruit and veg the old-fashioned way, without the aid of artificial fertilisers or pesticides. And he's not alone. French agriculture may be in trouble, but the organic sector is booming. Faced with a number of health scandals and fears over GM crops, consumers are changing their habits, and growing numbers of farmers are switching methods of production.
It's a real crusade to get classed as organic for a French farmer. There's a challenging set of rules that must be strictly followed to achieve organic nirvana. The first commandment of the Organic Edicts is to lead the charge against agrochemicals. Farmers must convert their production methods through natural pesticides. That might include the use of ferns, useful insects and traditional tools. Anything to vanquish chemical pesticides and genetically modified organisms. Organic farmers have to stay away from GMOs. Even the most GMO-friendly classification only allows for a maximum 0.9% content. The organic vegetable farmer must be armed with heavy farm machinery, like mechanical tillers and hoes, to get rid of weeds and protect crops. These beasts can cost between 5,000 and 20,000 euros. There's also the decrease in yields and increasing costs to be faced while the farmer undergoes organic transmutation, a process that takes 3 years, which is the same amount of time it takes for any chemical residue to be absorbed into the earth. To summarize, to produce healthy food, you have to be in good financial shape.
Well, organic food's all well and good if you've got the money, but it's long been seen as something for the well-to-do and ethically concerned. Now, some products are becoming more wallet-friendly, but how? We take a look at some of the methods the big supermarkets are using to keep costs down.
Not so long ago, products like these were considered a luxury, found only in specialised shops. But they're now scattered across the aisles of mainstream supermarkets at a fraction of their former prices. Steak for €2.14, soya milk for €1.13, or organic biscuits for €1.12. Thanks to bulk orders, which reduce delivery costs, some major retailers are able to get seriously competitive on their prices, giving the already booming organic industry an extra push.
We make an effort with packaging costs and with marketing costs, and then we also reduce our margins to keep prices down.
The result, demand is up by 30% a year, bringing a new challenge: how to respond to this growing customer base in the long term.
Sales are soaring, but production isn't keeping up. So we're making cultivation contracts to ensure our fruit and veg supplies for the future, for the next 1, 2 or 3 years.
A promise to buy to encourage traditional farmers to turn to organic methods. But the opportunity is also being snapped up by some less trustworthy growers. Last year, French fraud control carried out around 3,000 tests on organic produce, with around 5% of cases showing traces of unauthorized pesticides. Some producers are also cutting corners when it comes to protecting the environment. Fields here in the Andalusian region of Spain provide a large portion of the organic fruits hitting European supermarket shelves. Under these huge polytunnels, plants are given copious amounts of heat and water. It may be organic, but it's certainly not environmentally friendly.
Of course, these farms are certified organic, but they need to do more. Diversify the crops they're growing, reduce the space they're growing it on.
The gamble of falling upon non-ecological produce doesn't seem to be holding consumers back for now, as the trend for eating organic continues to grow.
For more, I'm joined by Stéphanie Pajot of the French Organic Agriculture Federation. Looking at that report there, is cheap, mass-produced organic food really possible?
No, it can't be cheap. But we can produce massively. We have to develop organic farming in France and across Europe. Issues related to our society and our environment are at stake. Pesticides are dangerous. Water must be preserved. We have to think about biodiversity. So we have to produce more, but price-wise you have to accept to pay more, because producing organic is costly. You need more workers for that type of farming. The cheap price you pay today for non-organic products is not the real price, because it doesn't include everything that's spent to depollute water, for example. It doesn't take into account biodiversity and health problems generated by pesticides. We need more organic, but it will always be more expensive.
Sometimes it kind of seems like a marketing tool that eating organic food also means eating healthy food and eating green food.
It's a consumer awareness movement. People are interested. They want to know where the products come from, how they were produced. Because we've had such enormous scandals involving food. Horse meat was used instead of beef. There were pesticide scandals. The consumer is more aware today. Brands have incorporated those worries into their marketing tools.
You said you wanted to see things change in France in terms of how much of the market was organic, how many farms were organic. Are places like this a good example?
Yes, this is a good example because it's right outside Paris and we're using these farms to feed Parisians. The vegetables grown here are transformed and served in Parisian schools. This is how it should be in all of France.
Stephanie Pajot, thanks for talking to us. Well, more French households going organic, as are increasing numbers of school and workplace canteens. Plenty of organic restaurants opening up too, but that's not always necessarily easy.
There you are, our seasonal products. I received them yesterday. The vegetables, they're very, very good.
Valentina loves to cook and talk about food. Born in Ukraine, she embarked on a career in export. She later traded her suit for an apron. Passionate about fresh products, she opened an organic restaurant in Paris last year. But she got off to a rocky start. With the shop and cooking classes, Valentina had to hire an employee and an apprentice.
When you work with raw products like we do, it takes a lot of time, strength and energy. There's also the preparation. That requires time.
Time and money to balance her finances. And to do that, she had to increase the prices of her products. Just a few blocks away, Bio Burger has become the buzz around town. In 5 years, the restaurant chain has opened 3 joints across Paris, increasing its turnover by 5-fold. There's no secret recipe, but all ingredients are organic, still a rare find in France today.
It takes a lot of sourcing to be 100% organic, because it's great to cook with organic products, but you also need a good menu. You have to find quality organic products since there are less choices. So it's complicated, and that's why few restaurateurs see the interest in being 100% organic.
This is the case for Clémentine Colombet, who's in the same neighborhood.
Here's the takeaway, the canteen's over there, and then the restaurant.
3 addresses with the same objective, providing fresh food for the clientele. Though it may be a favorite for some, it doesn't dominate the kitchens.
As long as we can get organic products in a reasonable way in France, then we will do that. But for products that are only available in Africa or abroad, that's when we would prefer nearby agriculture, locally sourced products.
For a brand like Supernature, thinking organic is also being aware of the origin of the product, one that doesn't harm the environment or the pocket.
That's it for this edition of France in Focus. Thanks for watching, and do join us again soon.
Bye.